You cut the carbs, you skip the bread, you do the clean, low-carb thing, and the scale just sits there, smug and unmoving. Meanwhile, your hunger is louder than ever. Your energy swings from wired to wiped, and you start thinking you must be broken. You are not broken. You might just be reading the wrong signals, at the wrong time, with the wrong yardstick. Get clear on what stuck actually is, and the fog starts to lift. Moving to slide 2. Before you change anything, earn the right to say you are stuck. 2 weeks minimum, because water, sodium, and digestion can mask real fat loss for days. Weigh under the same conditions every time. Same wake time if possible. Bathroom first. No food or drink. Same scale. And look at the weekly average, not a single number. Then add one more metric. Measure your waist at the navel. Relaxed. Same posture. Same tape tension. If weight is flat but waist is shrinking, you are not stuck. Also track 2 subjective signals for 14 days. Hunger and sleep. Rate hunger from 1 to 10 at the same times each day, and write down bedtime, wake time, and any night waking. If hunger is climbing and sleep is sliding, your body will push back harder. Finally, confirm your actual carbs. Sauces, nuts, dairy, keto snacks, and weekend bites can double your intake without you noticing. Tight data beats tight willpower, every time. Moving to slide 3. Insulin is not magic. Yes, when you lower carbs, insulin typically drops fast, often within days. But fat loss still requires an energy deficit over time. Low insulin makes it easier for some people to access stored fat, but it does not cancel out calories. Also, insulin is not a carb hormone. Protein can raise insulin too, especially in larger doses. And that is normal. It helps shuttle amino acids and supports muscle repair. So if you are pounding protein shakes and expecting zero insulin, you are chasing a myth. Stress matters here as well. When you are under pressure, your body can raise glucose through hormones like cortisol and adrenaline. Even if you ate low carb, that can keep you feeling hungrier and more reactive around food. And timing matters less than totals. If your day ends in a surplus, perfect meal timing will not rescue it. If your week is in a deficit, messy timing often still works. Control what you can control. Consistent intake, consistent sleep, consistent tracking. Moving to slide 4. Leptin can fall, even on low carb. Leptin is one of the signals your body uses to gauge how much energy is coming in and how much is stored. When you diet, leptin tends to drop. That is not a character flaw, it is a biology feature. When leptin falls, hunger can rise, full can feel weaker, and cravings can sharpen, especially for calorie-dense foods. This is why you can be eating clean and still feel like your brain is negotiating against you all day. Your job is not to win a willpower war. Your job is to set up the day so hunger has fewer openings. Keep protein steady, keep meals structured, and do not let sleep become optional. The louder appetite signal is often just the next hormone turning up the volume. Moving to slide 5. Ghrelin gets louder when you diet. Ghrelin is a major appetite signal that tends to peak before your usual meal times, then falls after you eat. If you have been skipping breakfast all week and then randomly get ravenous at 11 a.m., that is not random. Your schedule trained it. Dieting can raise ghrelin overall, which makes food thoughts more persistent. Sleep loss makes it worse. If you are shorting sleep, you are walking into the day with a stronger biological push to eat, and usually for faster, more palatable calories. So get tactical. Set meal times you can repeat most days. Build each meal around a real protein portion, then add high-fiber foods that take up space. If you snack, make it planned, not bits. Watch liquid calories. Drinks can deliver a lot of energy without the same satiety you get from chewing, which makes it easy to overshoot while still feeling hungry. When hunger is loud, your stress load is usually close behind. Moving to slide 6. If your fat loss stalled, cortisol can be the invisible hand on the brake. When you are stressed, cortisol rises and your body pushes more glucose into the bloodstream, even if you are eating less. That can make the scale look stuck, because higher cortisol also pulls water in, especially when sleep is short. It also nudges you towards snacking, not because you lack willpower, but because your brain is trying to buy relief. and training counts as stress too. If you stack hard workouts on top of life stress and a big calorie deficit, you can end up retaining water, feeling hungrier, and recovering poorly. The move is simple. Protect sleep, keep some easy sessions easy, and build at least one real downshift into your day. Calm progress beats forced progress, and sometimes the slowdown is quieter than stress. Moving to slide 7. Your thyroid can slow without making a scene. With long, aggressive deficits, T3 can drop, so you produce a bit less heat and you move less without realizing it. Cold hands and feet, feeling flat, and needing more layers can be clues. The fix is not panic. It is avoiding endless steep cuts, using planned maintenance breaks when needed, and keeping training recovery honest.
A quiet slowdown often shows up first in the small movements you stop doing.
Moving to slide 8. NEAT is the calorie burn you do not log. It is pacing, fidgeting, standing, walking to the kitchen, taking stairs, all the little stuff that can add up to hundreds of calories a day. When you diet, NEAT often drops automatically. You sit a bit more, you take the closer parking spot, you stop doing extra errands. If carbs are very low, some people also feel less pep, so their daily movement shrinks even further. The trap is that your food tracking can be perfect, and you still lose the deficit because your body quietly spends less. So make NEAT measurable. Pick a step target you can hit 7 days a week. For many people, that is 7,000 to 10,000 steps, but your number should be the highest you can recover from consistently. Track your weekly average, not your best day. If fat loss stalls, do not immediately slash calories. First, check whether your steps slipped. Bring them back up. Add a short walk after meals, and build standing breaks into your workday. When you control NEAT, you stop negotiating with your metabolism, and you also stop getting tricked by high-protein foods. Moving to slide 9. Protein helps when it is in the right range. Too little protein makes hunger louder and makes it harder to hold on to muscle in a deficit. But too much protein can still stall fat loss because calories still count, and high-protein snacks are easy to overdo. Aim for a simple per-meal target you can repeat. Get a solid palm or two of lean protein at each meal. Then stop chasing extra. If you are trying to stay leaner, choose proteins that give you more grams for fewer calories. Think chicken breast, turkey, fish, egg whites, low-fat Greek yogurt, and lean beef. Be careful with keto desserts and protein treats. They often stack fat and sweeteners on top of protein, so the calories climb fast while your appetite stays active. Hit your protein target, then let the rest of your day be boring and predictable. That is when cravings start to reveal an electrolyte problem. Moving to slide 10. Low-carb eating makes you dump sodium, especially in the first week. When sodium is low, it can feel like hunger, fatigue, or a headache, and cravings can actually be thirst. Before you raid the pantry, drink water and add salt to a meal or a simple broth. If training feels flat or you get dizzy when you stand, that is another clue. Keeping sodium adequate can steady appetite and make workouts feel normal again. And for many women, cravings shift again when hormones shift too. Moving to slide 11. If you are comparing today's scale to last week's scale, your cycle can make that comparison unfair. In the late follicular phase, many people feel lighter, less bloated, and more willing to train. Then the luteal phase hits, and water retention can jump, often by a few pounds, even if fat loss is still happening. Appetite usually rises too, and it is not a willpower failure. Plan for it. During luteal week, stop trying to win with bigger calorie cuts. Instead, lock in higher protein at each meal. Add extra volume foods like fruit, potatoes, or soup, and keep a structured snack so you do not graze. Perimenopause can add another layer. Shifting estrogen can reduce insulin sensitivity, so the same breakfast that used to feel fine may suddenly trigger stronger hunger later. A simple move is to anchor your first meal around protein and fiber, then add carbs based on training, not stress. Sleep often worsens in this window, and poor sleep amplifies hunger hormones and cravings the next day. So instead of panicking at a plateau, map your predictable weeks, adjust expectations, and work with your biology, not against it. And if things still do not add up, there are real medical blockers that deserve attention. Moving to slide 12. Sometimes the issue is not your plan, it is a treatable condition. Hypothyroidism needs proper testing. PCOS can change insulin dynamics and hunger signals. Sleep apnea can drive fatigue and appetite, even in active people. And some medications, including certain antidepressants and steroids, can cause weight gain. Bring a clear log of weight trends, sleep, hunger, and meds to your clinician, because removing a blocker can make the rest finally work the way it should. Then the order you fix things starts to matter. Moving to slide 13. Fix order matters because the first lever you pulled changes the others. Start with sleep before you tighten calories. Even 1 extra hour can reduce next-day hunger and make your targets feel realistic. Then prioritize protein before you add fat bombs. High-fat snacks can be calorie-dense, while protein reliably improves satiety and protects lean mass. Next, build steps before you pile on extra cardio. More daily movement usually costs less recovery than hard workouts, and it is easier to repeat. Track weekly averages, not single days, because water shifts can hide progress. And adjust one lever only, like calories or steps, so you can tell what actually worked. Moving to slide 14. Pick one likely plateau driver and run a clean 14-day test. Examples are adding 2,000 steps a day, moving protein to 30 to 40 grams per meal, or setting a fixed sleep window. Log hunger each afternoon, log steps, and keep everything else steady. Recheck average weight and waist at day 14, then decide whether to keep it, drop it, or change one lever. If this helped, subscribe for more evidence-based cuts through the noise. Drop a comment with the driver you are testing and your day 14 result. This content is for education only and is not medical advice. Talk to your clinician before making changes to medications or if you suspect an underlying condition. Better signals. Better metabolism. Better life.